Welcome to the Full Moon Film Buff, episode 133. We're going to talk about Nazareno Cruz and The Wolf from 1975. I watched this on YouTube. I had not seen this before. As always, we begin with the prominent crew and cast. You can find links to a more complete credit list in the show notes. The film was directed by Leonardo Favio. It was written by Juan Carlos Chiappe. He wrote the radio program. And the script was written by Leonardo Favio and Jorge Zuher Jury, or Hurry, depending on pronunciation. Leonardo Favio, born Fawad Jorge Uri, began his career as an actor in the 50s, but it was his transition to directing in the 60s that solidified his legacy. Beyond cinema, Favio was a singer-songwriter with a successful music career. He was forced into exile during Argentina's military dictatorship the year after this film came out. Jorge Zuher Uri is an accomplished screenwriter and the brother of Leonardo Favio. The cast includes Juan Jose Camero as Nazareno Cruz, Mariana Magali as Griselda, Alfredo Alcon as the Powerful, Yolanda Mayorani as the Powerful's godmother, and Marcelo Marcotte as the child. Unfortunately, much like other foreign actors, I can't find a lot of biographical details in sources I can read, and nor am I familiar with the films that make up their filmography. This movie is a lot. It felt operatic and mythic. Unfortunately, I felt drastically unequipped to unpack the cultural symbolism here. I'll do my best and give my honest thoughts. Now, I understand that this is a cult classic in its native Argentina, and I can see that potential. However, I don't think it crosses the cultural divide and hits a northern audience the same way. I don't recommend you watch this unless you are a seasoned foreign film aficionado. This film blends Argentina folklore, supernatural elements, and legends of the Luison. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, which we will discuss much more when we get to Werewolf Lore, with local cultural storytelling. So let's cover the synopsis. A rancher and his 6 sons die in a raging storm, leaving behind his pregnant widow. Months later, she gives birth to a 7th son, Nazareno Cruz. The old wise women prophesy that Nazarene is cursed to become a werewolf. The locals fear his pending transformation. Instead, he grows into a ruggedly handsome and popular young farmer. Just before his 18th birthday, he meets Griselda and they fall in love. Long romantic montage. Soon after, Nazareno encounters Mandinga, the devil, who explains that the curse is real. Sexual passion has unlocked the wolf. Mandinga proposes a deal. If Nazareno gives up his love, he will receive untold wealth and freedom from the curse. Nazareno refuses the offer. Griselda's father is not thrilled that she has fallen in love with the poor and potentially cursed Nazareno. Oh, and she's already pregnant with his child. Remember that long romantic montage? Always use protection. That night, the full moon rises and Nazareno becomes a black wolf. He attacks and kills a shepherd, a couple dogs, and about a half-dozen sheep. The shepherd's young son runs back to the village to tell them. The peasants raise a proper wolf hunting party. They know who the wolf is. They've been waiting for this day since he was born. Nazareno's mother weeps for her son. He recuperates from the night's violence. The devil tells Griselda's father what he must do. Griselda weeps for her lover. The pair spend the day together. Griselda wants to run away and be the wife of the wolf. He turns into the wolf and flees. The mob finds him. He kills several villagers before he is brought down by the hunting dogs. A hunter shoots him before he escapes. The next day, Nazareno falls through a cave and meets a powerful ancient shape changer who is the devil's godmother. She takes him to the devil's domain. The devil confesses to Nazareno that the deal he offered was a test, one that Nazareno passed. By choosing love over money, his soul will eventually go to God. The devil asks for a favor. He's tired of being evil and wants Nazareno to ask God if the devil can repent. The devil tells Nazareno that the villagers know it will take a silver bullet to kill him. Then he is sent back to Earth in his beast form. Griselda finds him and unwittingly leads him into a trap. The pair are shot and die in each other's arms. The film ends with the devil begging Nazareno not to forget his plea to God. There is no monstrous look here. Nazareno shifts from a human to a wolf. The transitions are hidden behind bushes anyway. Honestly, the devil's godmother has many more transformations into a whole variety of different animals. Those are accomplished with simple cuts. The Luison is an ominous figure in South American folklore, particularly within Guarani, Paraguayan, Argentinian, and Brazilian traditions. As a harbinger of death, this mythical creature blends indigenous beliefs and colonial influences. According to Guarani cosmology, the Luison is the 7th and most feared offspring of the primordial beings Tau and Karana, distinguished from its supernatural siblings like the Tehu Yagua, a lizard-dog hybrid, and the Monai, a bird-like creature, by its particularly sinister nature. Physically, the Luason manifests as a grotesque dog-like entity, with matted fur, glowing eyes, and an overwhelming stench of decay. Its domain centers on cemeteries, where it emerges nocturnally to feed on both corpses and unfortunate living victims. Some versions of the myth endow the Luason with shape-shifting abilities, allowing it to assume human form as a pale, emaciated figure. This aspect of the legend grew more pronounced following the arrival of Spanish colonizers in the 16th century, as the myth began interweaving with European werewolf folklore. The Luason is a powerful metaphor within Guarani culture, embodying death and the unknown, while reflecting the people's deep connection to natural cycles. Its cemetery associations and shape-shifting abilities speak to the blurred boundaries between life and death, natural and supernatural. This duality, particularly its ability to assume a human form, is a cautionary tale about deception and hidden darkness. In modern South American culture, the Luason continues to evolve through literature, film, and art, often symbolizing contemporary fears and social anxieties. Recent interpretations sometimes cast it as a tragic figure, forever wandering as a reminder of mortality. The myth's persistence demonstrates the vitality of oral traditions in preserving cultural heritage, ensuring its relevance for future generations through continued storytelling and reinterpretation. Nazareno Cruz and the Wolf explores the tension between destiny and personal choice through its story of a young man cursed to transform into a wolf. Through rich symbolism, evocative imagery, and emotional depth, the film poses profound questions about human nature and free will. At its core, the film presents destiny as an inescapable force. Being a seventh son, Nazareno enters the world marked by ancient prophecy foretelling his transformation into a werewolf. This curse, not of his making, defines his life and shapes his identity. The film uses this supernatural element as a metaphor for how external forces, societal expectations, family legacy, and cultural traditions impose limitations upon individuals. The full moon represents the inevitability of this condition. The lunar cycle is beyond his control, much like the forces of destiny that govern his life. Yet, the film resists portraying Nazareno as merely a victim of fate. Instead, it emphasizes how personal choice shapes destiny. His love for Griselda becomes both a symbol of his humanity and a trigger for his curse. In a pivotal scene, the devil presents Nazareno with a complex choice: safety and riches in exchange for renouncing love and human connection. This moment underscores the film's central theme. While destiny sets the stage, personal choice determines the outcome. The moral complexity deepens with the later revelation of the devil's own desire for redemption. Director Fabio employs surreal and dreamlike sequences to blur the lines between reality and fantasy, mirroring the turmoil within Nazareno's psyche. The film's visual language juxtaposes religious imagery, crosses, and prayers with raw animalistic depictions of the wolf, reinforcing the duality of Nazareno's existence. While these culturally specific symbols may challenge viewers like me, unfamiliar with their context, they enrich the film's exploration of human nature, just not one I can pick up on. Nazareno Cruz and the Wolf ultimately serves as a meditation on fate and free will. Through its narrative and symbolism, the film challenges viewers to consider how our personal lives are shaped by forces beyond our control, while reminding us of our own power to choose how we respond to circumstances. Nazareno's journey demonstrates that even in the face of predetermined destiny, our choices remain our own. So, if you like lycanthropes, like, share, and subscribe. Contribute your thoughts and additional observations in the comments below. Let me know what I missed or what you noticed. Or if you are from Argentina or from this area and know more, please let me know. Next, I plan on discussing Kibikichi from 2004. Keep your eye on the moon, a silver bolt in the chamber, and we'll see you back next episode.